So many people think they know it all that you can't tell them nothing. They done live longer than you, so they won't listen at you. Oh, youngster, you ain't been in the world but a minute. I done been in this world 80 years, 60 years. Ain't nothing you can say to me. Well, I always tell folks, when you look at the Bible and look at the age of some of the people who God chose, age didn't have it didn't have nothing to do with it. Wisdom. You can be 17 years old, 16 years old in this word. And if God has chose you, when you chose by God, let me say this right. You are chosen. You are dynamic. God has chose a lot of us to do. We all got a purpose, but our purpose is his purpose. The question is, what are you doing with your life? See, it's too many people, especially to the beginner musicians. In Orange Flavor, I was just looking at your comment, how you say they disrespect you because you 18 years old. Well, you know what? It ain't just where you at, bro. That goes on a lot down here. People think because people are younger than them that they can't tell them nothing. I know some 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds that would draw circles around a lot of these minister of musics because they humble. And they have stayed in their craft and they have learned it at an early age. And they listen. They are slow to speak. And they listen. They remain humble. Like I just said in the other video, excuse me. When you remain humble and you are anointed, I don't see no age, man. Just because you younger than me, young brother, that don't mean nothing to me. You know what? Because when I talk to you on the phone, wisdom out here. Yeah, we clown around sometimes because we both have a stupid sense of humor. And I thank God for that, because that's why we can laugh. So many folks ain't even gonna laugh right now. They can't laugh. They going through too much. See, I learned to laugh at a lot of things in my life, because the same thing that made me laugh made me cry. So I learned how to laugh more. I learned how to take negative situations and make them positive. That's why I joke a lot, but I also be serious. Why? Because Ecclesiastes told us there's a time and a season for everything under the heavens. It's a time to laugh, then it's a time to cry. It's a time to joke around, but then it's a time to be serious. And just because you are 18 years old, brother, that don't mean nothing. Don't let them folks get to you, man. Because I guarantee you, you are wiser than some of them folks in there. I hear it all the time now, man. I hear it all the time. I used to hear it all the time when I was in my 20s. But I really heard it now. Oh, man, you ain't. Oh, man, I'm 57 years old going on 60. Oh, I'm 70, man. You ain't reached my age yet. Just keep living. Well, I don't look at ages no more. I don't. Because I see some old fools walking around here. I see some old people trying to be 20 years old again. They want to be hip. They want to be in the club grabbing all the young women. They ain't grown up yet. But they got the nerve to tell you, oh, you too young. Well, they still young-minded. They still trying to live like they 18, 19 years old. See, once you become a studier, a hero, a doer, like James was telling us, don't just be hearers and do. I mean, just hearers of the word, but be a doer. So many people scan the Bible. They read it just to say, well, I read the Bible today and didn't get nothing out of it. So many people been in church all their life but still don't know nothing about God. Wisdom come through this, brother. Keep on reading. Keep studying. Keep being about your Father's business. I keep telling folks, Jesus was at the age of 12 when he said, I must be about my Father's business. They was looking for him. He was in the temple learning, asking questions. 12 years old. Look at weeping Jeremiah, prophet Jeremiah, what age he was. God used people at any age. I told you, we keep trying to tell God who to use. Like Papa JT said in his video, God uses who he chooses. If he used you, brother, thank him for that. Because God knows what he's doing when he picks somebody to do something. People with all this thinking they know it all. See, them the people I hate being around. Because you can't tell them nothing. They hard-headed. They head harder than that concrete out there on the porch. You can't tell them nothing because they've been in this world longer than you. Well, you know what, baby brother? I got people look up to me all the time. I'm not bragging or boasting. But I have people look up to me all the time. Way older than me. Asking me for advice. Because I learned to grow up. Paul said when I was a child, I did as a child. I did childish things, but once JT became a man, I put away childish things, man. And it didn't have nothing to do with my age, man. I grew up in the spirit. A lot of people called me a grown man when I was 18, man. Because when I was 18, I was already gone from the house. And I've never once went back home. I've been on my own ever since. I got out here in this real world and know what it is to be in this world and deal with it. Because once you get out here in this real world, it will beat you upside your head if you ain't careful. You ain't going to make it without God. That's why I can listen to you, brother, when I get on the phone with you. Wisdom out here. Yeah, we joke around because we have a stupid sense of humor. And we thank God for that. That's why we can laugh at a lot of things. So many people ain't laughing right now. They too serious. They too depressed. They can't have a sense of humor. They just messed up in their mind. That's why I have a sense of humor, man. I have to have it. Because the things I deal with every day, oh, you would think I would have went crazy by now. Marvin Sapp said I never would have made it without you. I would have lost my mind. Good God Almighty. So, man, let them people just talk. You keep doing what you doing. That's why, yeah, the old supposed to teach the young. But the old act like, a lot of the old act like they can't listen to the young right now. They too busy telling them, oh, you don't know nothing. You ain't been through nothing. Well, I got a news flash, older people. These youngsters are going through things that almost look like worse than what a lot of y'all done went through. I just call myself somewhere in the middle. Because people call me old man Roe. Or they call me throwback or old school. Because I have this wisdom. God giving it to me. Not man. And I learned from mistakes in life what not to do. What to do and what not to do. I don't care what age a person. Man, I know some young people, man. 15. I want to give a shout out to my man, Devin Robertson, man. Who's overseas. God bless him. Young man, so intelligent, so anointed, so about his father's business. And he ain't even that old, people. So stop trying to look at folks and down folks because they're younger than you. I can talk to anybody way older than me. I don't care if you're 80 years old, 60. I don't care if you're 15. I'm going to listen at you. I can listen because I don't dictate who God chooses. God uses who he chooses. No matter who you are. And let me say this again. It don't matter what you have been through and how bad you were. God can still use you. Hey, the Bible teaches us that. You think I was sitting there was all that good in my life? I wasn't all that good. None of us was all that good. We all have made some stupid choices in our life. Some dumb mistakes. But we should have learned from them. You should get older and wiser. Not older and dumber. And God bless.